business portion of it. And the business portion of it is also your team, how you manage your team. You know, who is your team, what the process is, and all that. So, you know, that component is really hard to overestimate. This is Kathy Fetke with her husband. They you know, very successful investors, and they have their whole team remote, and they've been, you know, so successful, and you know, on all this TV programs and shows, and their you know, this influential investors, and have you know, have been for a while, and they have their whole team working remotely. So one of the things that I thought of, okay, so that there is a way to build that kind of system and put that in place, and it's very cost effective. And at the same time, they do what Prashant just mentioned. They will go on retreats, they will get people together, they will make sure that their values, their goals, and everything is in alignment, because without it, you ruin everybody in different directions. So that gave me also an idea to get my partners, you know, together. And when I, you know, came back home, I got both of my partners, and not just on audio. I said, no, we got to have video. I have to see you. I want you to see me. Let's talk. And, you know, and because you want to give the emotion, you know, through visual, because sometimes you cannot do just through audio. At least the next best thing aside from seeing each other in person. So these are probably few quick things. There was a lot, but, you know, just a little portion of it.
Very good. Very good, Katrina.
Excellent.
That's excellent, actually. I just have one more slide after this. Anybody has any comments on what Katrina just said?
I would say her bubbly and awesome personality is infectious, and it was in Denver as well. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Kurt. Thank you very much.
Very good, very good. All right, just last slide, and then we will open up, you know, to discuss anything what we want to. I know we did not have 1 hour worth of content today, but you know, I had noted down, you know, while talking to somebody, something that you may. Again, this is not an advertisement for anybody. It is just what I noted for myself. You know, when you have a deal and you want to have, you know, you are looking for an investor portal, somebody told us, you know, dealroom.com is a good portal, you know, where you may pay $1,500 for the setup, but after that, it's very cheap. Per investor, it is $3 to $5 per month. That is a good, you know, good website. I mean, typically I've seen much more expensive portals, but, you know, somebody said it's a good portal. And I was shared with a friend of mine shared a syndication attorney. I have not used her. Again, it is not an advertisement. I have no affiliation of any sort with anybody. Amy Wren is a syndication attorney. She's much cheaper than others. I'll leave it at that. You know, I think it's in half the price for others. So something, you know, something I wanted to share with the group. If you can find out, I have not talked to them, but talk to her. But, you know, and for VAs, if you are looking for VAs, there's a group called Levitate Group. Somebody said Alpha Assistant, you know, Time, etc. There are many more. There are many more, but you know, whatever I had gathered in this during my time in the weekend, I wrote it down.
Now, I've hired a VA, well, a couple of VAs through onlinejobs.ph.
Oh, onlinejobs.ph, and how much would you pay to them?
It depends. These are all Filipinos. so they speak really good English, about 12 hours difference time-wise.
Mhm.
I have a developer. I pay around $350 an hour.
How much?
$350.
Developer who would write code for you?
Yeah,
Oh,
Wow.
that's full time.
Okay. And how much?
Wait, 350 or $3.50?
$3.50.
Wow. And who is talking right now? Naveen or
This
Rona?
is Jason.
Jason. Oh, okay. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
Very good. That's a good lead.
yeah, and
And
if you go to the onlinejobs.ph, it'll show you what they're wanting in pay.
yeah.
It's basically they put on their profiles and then you go and look and see what their qualifications are, and
Mhm.
then something like $60 a month.
Yeah.
And what I did was just pay for 1 month, found 2 VAs, and then canceled the service. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cheap to find a VA.
And for VA, how much would you pay somebody who will do your admin work, updating?
I didn't look for one of those, so I'm not sure, but
Okay.
it's going to be a lot less than a developer.
Wow. Wow. Nice. That's good to know. I mean, I have done that in past. It has not, I mean, I'm glad that it has worked with you. I had tried that a couple of years ago, but I'm glad that it worked out. $3.50 is, I mean, it's no brainer.
I've had him almost a year now, and he's done really good work. I had some kind of like a test that
Mhm.
I had him build a website, just a sample one, just to see if they have the skill set I needed. So
Okay.
if they have a portfolio or some way to show their skills.
Uh-huh.
Hey Jason, what sort of development did you get for this 350? Was it a Wix based or was it a real developer?
No, it's a real developer. They've
Okay.
got it's WordPress developer.
WordPress, okay. Nice. Okay.
Very nice. That's a good thought.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Is onlinejobs.ph similar to Upwork?
No, it's different. Upwork, you go and you kind of have a particular task or job that you want to have bidded out. So you take and submit that job, and then people would bid, and you could choose somebody. Online jobs is to try to find kind of like an employee overseas.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, you pay like subscribe for that portal, like $60, what Jason is saying. You pay $60 per month, and you don't have to keep it for a month. You may find a good person in first month, and then you cancel it. And that's
Yeah,
what I get.
there was another service. Can't remember the name of it, but they charge something like $500
Mhm.
to find 3 VAs, and then you could pick one to hire. This online jobs, you can find as many VAs that are available on there that you want to try to have an interview for the job, and then you could do all that in 1 month and then cancel the service. So it's a lot cheaper than going through kind of like a recruiting agency.
Yeah. Very nice. Good thought, Jason. Very good. Anybody has anything else? Kurt, you want to share anything more?
I can share with you who I use, but I'm still testing it out. I use a company out of St. Louis that hires overseas. So right now I'm full time at $7 an hour.
So, yeah. Okay.
That person's doing all things social media, the PowerPoint presentation, etc. I'm talking to her right now as I'm talking to you two, so I guess that's convenient. But it is still a language barrier or a communication barrier of sorts, getting the point across on a project as opposed to task. If you give a task, they're very good, but if you expand it to a project where they have to think outside the box, it gets difficult.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Anything you would like to share on conference? Anything? Any thoughts you have?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'll just throw a few things at you from the weekend. I would say from the airport right in, meeting my new mastermind, new friend, Prasant. It was a marvelous weekend.
Very good.
I would say my biggest takeaway is the networking and the high clientele of people we met this weekend. Yeah, the business cards. I am sending emails to every contact to set up a phone call, and or I'm calling some of them already. We definitely have some huge contacts that we met. I've already been sent 2 deals myself today that I was not part of a group with before this weekend, Prashant. So it's very exciting that way.
Very good. That's good to know.
Blown away. I did write down some notes. Besides the networking, I have never had a mastermind group. In my Ford business, we have similar to a mastermind group. We just talk business, but it's 20-some dealers. With what we're doing tonight and what you and I set up with 2 other people we met in Denver, and possibly a 5th, I believe that to be very powerful, very amazing. The accountability is going to be key. I told you what I want to do.
Yeah.
You put it in writing and send it to me. I better follow up with it. I feel that actually is a big help when you put yourself out in front of somebody else with your goals. Some of the quotes or some of the takeaways I have: do more than expected. Give value. I hear that a lot. That's part of my life creed, I guess. Always give more than expected. And you heard that a lot this weekend. I think that's one of Joe's main points, is always be giving value. You're giving value right now. I hope I'm giving some value. And none of us are asking for anything in return.
Yeah.
Progress happens through process. And that, again, that's what we're doing. We're making notes after our weekend, making notes with your conversation tonight, but you're doing an amazing job.
Progress happens during, what was that?
Progress happens through process.
Through process, yeah. Yeah, very good, very good.
And on the notes of goals and self-improvement, we hear this a lot, but bigger pockets. Brandon, learn how to say no. I tell you what, that is hard in my world. There's a lot of people talking to me, but I've been working on that for 2 years. How to say no. I think that'll help a lot of people in life. We all seem to want to say yes and juggle a lot of plates. And most people are working W-2 type jobs, plus trying to build our own investing career to get out of the rat race. And so when people continue to throw things at us, we need to learn a way to say no. Not to mention our families on top of our other career. So learn how to say no. It's your time. Value it.
Very good.
My why, I told you already, but I'll say it again. It's live life on my own terms.
Yeah.
And then always working on building generational wealth for my family.
Yeah.
We've got all kinds of notes, but I'll leave it with that. Prashant, tell you, it's been a pleasure meeting you. I felt like we've known each other for a long time. It's only been like 5 days now.
Yeah, same here, Kurt. I mean, same here. It was a pleasure meeting you too. You know, I mean, nothing better I could have expected, you know, out of the conference. But guys, yes. Yeah, thank you, Kurt. Thank you. Appreciate that. Guys, we tried to, so again, you know, basically, even though it is a real estate conference, we kind of know what we all will talk about real estate, right? So we try to capture the notes around things motivational things, the things that are hindrance, 80% psychology, 20%, work, things like that. Trying to put the emphasis on meetings. These meetings create so much value, so much more than what the real work is. So that's what actually I get motivated a lot. That's why I try to share it. And, as you heard from everybody, Katrina or Kurt, basically is similar thoughts. Anybody, we still have about 13 more minutes. Anybody like to share anything? We are open.
Hi, this is Naveen.
Yes, Naveen.
Right. So I have attended a few of the meetups, but I haven't taken an opportunity to speak or present myself. But basically, the reason is I'm conserving my bandwidth. I am not in the States at this moment.
Okay.
So I listen, I watch, but a few things that has come to my mind that I would like to ask or share.
Please.
I haven't been regular. I join when I can. I try to make at least one in a month. So I've seen some of the faces, but not everybody. And like I said, I will try to get online with my camera eventually, but not at the moment, just to conserve bandwidth.
Yeah, no problem.
So, right, thanks. So while I've been watching the meetups and everything that happened, for somebody who's a starter, who's working on multifamily or transitioning from other forms of real estate into multifamily, what might help or what might help for people like me is a step-by-step list of things that could be done in the complete buying process of a multifamily. I have looked for that on Bigger Pockets and a couple other sites as well, but I haven't gotten a comprehensive list. As and how I have been going to different meetings, conferences, I documented some, but it's still not complete. At certain steps, it disconnects the process. So I'm looking for help in that regard to say, starting from identifying properties and brokers to actual closing. Does any of you have a list of steps written? I
would personally recommend, not that we're here promoting Joel Fairless or that he's paying us, but in some ways he is. He just released a book called Best Ever Real Estate Book. There's nobody that I have spoke to, or heard from, or read from in the syndication business that has not repeated the same words over and over. That's the best, most complete A to Z book regarding syndication, apartment syndication. I would buy that first, along with Bigger Pockets, and then you've got podcasts. That's my daily religion right there.
Cool. I will. I'll look for that. Thank you.
Yeah, that book is very comprehensive. I will second that opinion. And if you want to share that, Naveen, on the group here, we can brainstorm and add the comments in your list, if that is something, if you feel comfortable with.
Sure. I can bring it to one of the next meetups, and we can have a discussion on that. Sure.
Yeah. Just let me know that way we can discuss that thing in one meetup, 1 hour. All of us can kind of put our comments in there.
Definitely, I would be very much interested in that. Sure. Yeah, I will throw out my list, and then we can set up one of the meetups for that and go through that. Sure.
Yeah. So either next meetup or 2 weeks from now. Do you want to do it 2 weeks from now, which is 13th or 12th of March? That
should work. That should work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here you go. We have found a volunteer now for our next meetup. We'll just I mean, everything is written in the book, but if we discuss what you have done, maybe we can kind of update that.
Sure, that might be really helpful. Yeah, thanks.
So we'll do that so Tuesday, the 12th of March is in your name, okay?
Yeah, we'll do that. If
That's
something changes, I'll let you know, but we'll keep that time for now. Yeah.
Yeah, if something changes, you let me know beforehand, because we'll have to make sure that
Yes.
there's enough audience or enough content to deliver. Or I may not have time because I'm coming back from India on 12th morning to do anything.
wow.
I'll have to push it out.
Prashant, do you think it can be 13th?
So 13th is Wednesday, right?
Wednesday, right? I mean, I know you're trying to stick to the Tuesday, so I'm not sure.
Okay. We can ask everybody, guys. Do you think that you can do on 13th, or 12th is okay, or you want 12th only?
Anytime after 6 p.m. would work for me.
Okay. Anybody has conflict on 13th at 9 p.m. Eastern?
13th, 9 p.m., no problem.
Okay. So next, Naveen, we will do. Ronak asked if we can do it on Wednesday.
Right. Yeah, I asked.
All right. So next one we will do on Wednesday on 13th, basically. All right. Very good, guys. Anything else, guys?
I have one more thing to add. Since I'm a first timer here, I was wondering if anybody know anybody who has knowledge in the wholesaling process.
See, you're talking about single family wholesaling or multifamily wholesaling?
Single family wholesaling.
So for single family wholesaling, I mean, there are tons of, basically, I have never done it myself, but I know the process. I have Ron Lee Grant's content of how to wholesale a single family house. Not sure how can I can look into it. If I have something, if you leave your email address, I can send some information out to you.
Sure, absolutely.
And anybody else can say. I mean, I said myself, I had gone through that course myself about a year ago, 2 years ago, but I actually never did any wholesaling myself. But I may have some information.
So most folks here are they take it in multifamily syndication.
Yes, I think most of the guys in this meetup are in multifamily syndication part, not even wholesale. We would like to see if there is any wholesaler who comes to this group. We'll grab him if he has something. You know what I mean? But everybody is trying to either buy. I mean, I'm buying something for myself. I know Vinny's buying something for himself. But we are trying to do more of syndication.
Gotcha. Awesome. Fantastic.
And who was this talking?
This is Jason.
Jason, okay. All right, Jason. Yeah, I mean, Jason, you have my contact information on the top of the chat. Feel free. Or did you leave your email address? I don't see your email address. You can leave your email address if you want. I can send you something.
Sure, I can send you an email and we can reconnect offline.
Okay. Very good, guys. Anything else, guys?
Yeah, I pasted something on the chat. Maybe I'll speak up.
Okay.
This is Ronak.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ronak Shah. So this is regarding 1031 out of syndication. Let's say if you invest in syndication, or if you're running syndication, whatever. If I have an investor, how do I tell them, okay, because in the single family, it's easy. You can go from one to another. But if it's my multifamily, just me as an owner, I can do 1031 into another property. Is that possibility? Is there a possibility for regular LPs?
It is. I know it is a possibility. I know, because the only thing is you have to find a syndication where it is allowed. There are many times even the lender does not allow 1031 funds coming into the new. That had happened with me in one of the syndications where somebody wanted to put in, I don't know, 3-4 million, but
Right.
then they will not take 1031 funds.
Okay.
So I think it is possible, definitely possible. I have not done it myself. Has anybody done it?
I'm familiar with the concept. There's actually a firm local nearby in Port Jefferson that does it. Essentially, what you want to do is you want to use a passive vehicle, such as a Delaware statutory trust. On your own time, you should look into DSTs. And what they do is they segment out. You have a limited time frame of when you want to sell and rebuy into it, because I think it's 60 days. And within that time frame, you have to be able to close.
Yeah. I mean, that's the regular 1031, the 45 days and 6 months. But I was wondering about 1031, and I guess I'll look into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jason, I think you were talking about single family syndication. Okay. And Ronak is more asking about in multifamily, when we do the syndication, how would it work?
Right.
I would definitely be in DSTs.
And what is TFTs?
He's saying
DSTs, Delaware statutory trusts.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to connect with each other, I mean, Ronak, feel free to, reach out to Jason, I would say.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, guys, we are just about at the time. Anything else we want to cover in the next 1 minute or so? I will take that as a no for now, but I appreciate everybody to jump in onto the call at a very short notice. We came back on Monday morning, and today's Tuesday. I set it up yesterday night. You guys are awesome. You just turned around. I was not planning to have originally the meetup today, but I did it anyway before, because I didn't want to forget what I had to cover. Appreciate that, guys. Next time we will meet on March 13th, which is Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And I will set it up right now in the next few minutes, and I will put Naveen as the presenter. And yes, I will share my slides with everybody. If everybody has sent their email addresses, right after this meeting, I will send these slides to everybody. But one last thing is, I have talked about this accountability, and I will continue to ask this every time, unless you guys get it. Just an to me, accountability is the biggest thing. Okay. So, don't get offended if I ask you, and sometimes I may get mad at you also. Treat it as, you know what I mean? Don't get offended,
Need that. Some tough love.
Yeah, of course, man. I'm there, I'm here. I wish the same from you too, Found me, Prashant, you're not doing this, do this. So,
Yeah, you're too good for it, man. Within a year, you're already in the 3 properties. You're too good for it.
no, I'm not, I'm not there, man. I can do better. I know that.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Anyone we can do, right?
All right. Very good, guys. Thank you so much once again. You guys are awesome, and we'll talk in 2 weeks. And I'm off to India on Friday. We'll be back on Tuesday morning.
Okay, take care.
Have a safe journey.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Bye, everybody.